My story is somewhat unique. 10 years ago, the business was growing, and we had at that point about 80 employees, when God grabbed a hold of my heart and really changed everything about our company, and specifically about my heart. And what happened was I went on a retreat, and God really shared with me that He wanted me to care for my employees in a way that honored Him, kind of like loving your neighbor. And it really came to fruition of what He wanted me to do with my life. Being a CEO of a company that is based on Christian values, how do you start that whole program off? And it really starts off with personal prayer. Because if you're not rooted in daily prayer and communication with the Master of the universe, you will not be able to do this. It will die. And so that's part of my program. Every morning I spend half an hour to 45 minutes with the King and talking to Him, asking Him daily, what do you want me to do? Please help me to be a good shepherd of the people that You've entrusted to me. And help be my shepherd so that You can guide me and feed me, so that I can allow that love that You have for me to be poured on those that You've put in my circle of influence and in my care as a shepherd. Because the people at this company are not just resources, they're souls. And when we see them as souls, it changes our whole perspective on how we treat people every day. We treat them as children of God and souls who have an eternal perspective. And that's how we need to care for them. 10 years ago, God grabbed a hold of my heart, and it went from a company of 80 employees. We grew dramatically after that transition to today, where we have 300 employees in 2 different countries, here and in South America, in Chile, South America. And so really the scaling that took place was a dramatic blessing that God gave us and helped us to grow with purpose and mission. And if you look at how we grew in ministry, we basically at that point decided to put a certain amount of money aside and put it into a caring fund to care for our employees in a way that honors God. And so what we did was we put 1.5% of our total revenue. It's almost like tithing. We put it in from the top line, not from the bottom line, but right on top. And we stayed committed to that all the way through. And it's continued to grow. Initially it was 1%, and God has blessed us so fervently that we're able to now give 1.5%, which is even more exciting, and more things we can do with that money. So it's been a real incredible journey. It was interesting as we continued to start this program of caring. How would we as a company exponentially grow the caring and the ministry work while still trying to chase profits? How would we balance that? And it's been an incredible journey, and I think it can be best summed up with the gospel verse that says, "Seek first the kingdom of God, and everything shall be added unto you." And that's really what happened. We changed our focus from profit to seeking the kingdom in our company, and boy, what a change that made. I think the thing that changed most was people's hearts. They realized for the first time, as we elaborated and explained what the purpose of our business was, not to make Peter rich, but to really build the kingdom. And what they realized was that we had a greater purpose, a purpose greater than me, a purpose greater than the company, one that really was about caring for our community, caring for our employees, their families. And once they really understood that, the engagement was just unbelievable, because people started to understand that their efforts was not just to make the company grow, but to allow the company to fulfill its purpose and mission, which was really about caring for others in a way that honors God.